Travelist you become? That's pretty, that cuts right to it. Yeah, I'd say, yes sir.
Cruise ships don't count as world travel.
Cruise ships don't count as
You're on the boat the whole time, you're not like getting to know anything.
Okay, I see. Yeah, but you get off, right? Get off in the Bahamas?
Yeah, but it's not like you're getting on the metro or like exchanging currency or anything.
I would disagree with you on that one there. You interact with the locals, right? You get off the boat?
When you're off the boat.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Basically, like the hospitality industry needs to be available to everybody.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Saying that if you travel and meet people from different races and cultures and everything, you're not going to have
Yeah, it'd be nice if it was never any more, but you'll have less of it. So yeah, you're on the right track here. Yes, sir.
Travel changes your point of view of the world and stuff, and opens your mind up to different things that you wouldn't normally think about.
Absolutely. Has anybody traveled here overseas or maybe on a mission or whatever? Did anybody have a life-changing experience or maybe change your total perspective? Yeah, absolutely. It changes you, typically in a good way. Okay? And I use this example. My father passed away 2 years ago. He knows I tell this story, and it's okay. My father grew up in the hills of Virginia, coal country. Anybody from Bluefield, Virginia?
Well, from Virginia Beach, not Virginia.
That's not coal country. That's sun and sand country. All right? Where are you from?
Somewhere close to Shenandoah Valley.
Okay. So you know the kind of folks that live in coal country and go back maybe 100 years. Okay? Everybody in the valley, first of all, they were all intermarried to each other. They all looked the same. They all talked the same. They all acted the same. Basically, and I don't say this derogatory, my dad used to call himself a hillbilly all the time. They were a bunch of mountain people, white hillbillies. And he grew up with all his uncles and relatives telling him this, hey, these people are stupid. These people are thieves. These people are this. These people are that. All these racial epithets you can think of. You know, it was a homogeneous society. You guys know what homogeneous is, right? What's homogeneous? Yeah, everyone looks the same, acts the same, right? Some of you come from very homogeneous high schools, right? Go out to the parking lot and all the cars are the same. Everyone kind of dresses the same. So my father grew up with all of these notions, and we'll call them racial notions. So he turns 18 and he joins the Air Force. And they ship him off to San Antonio, Texas. Now, even back in the early 50s, the services were very integrated, meaning it was heterogeneous, right? Which is the opposite of homogeneous. And my dad got there and they put him in the barracks where he was supposed to sleep, and there was one of every type of person in there. They were all male, but black, white, Hispanic, Jewish, Christian, you name it. It was a hodgepodge. And my father thought, oh my God, they're going to kill me in my sleep and take all my money. Seriously. Because he was raised in a situation where he wasn't exposed to other people. And of course he didn't, or else I wouldn't be here. And what did he find out over the course of basic training? They're people just like me. They may look different. They may have different backgrounds. They may talk like New Yorkers or Boston, wicked smart, right? But they're people just like me. They have hopes, dreams, families. They want to serve their country, etc., etc. And so what happened to my dad, basically in the space of a couple of weeks? Totally changed. He had a total epiphany that, hey, all these things my uncles were telling me about this group of people or that group of people is wrong. Yeah, Sir, I mean, every segment of the population has lazy people, every segment of the population has stupid people. But most people are basically the same, no matter where they come from or what they look like. And so this was my father's traveling. It broke down his prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness to the point, we had some conversations later on in his life, and he really opened up about how he felt prior to that time and after that time, and he said it totally changed his life. And so, again, traveling broadens you, it exposes you to things outside of your normal, which is a good thing. Because if you stick around with people that look and act and think the way you do, you're not really stretching yourself. And again, you just have to look around this classroom here, right? And man, we've got a hodgepodge here, okay, which is a good thing. That's why you come to college. Again, many of you come from high schools where everyone looks and acts the same, and you get here and you think, oh my God, one of everybody is here. But that's a good thing because it broadens, okay? So, in that aspect, I think one of you said, it's a good thing. Hospitality and travel actually helps to further world peace in that we're exposed to each other, we change our minds, and I always say, it's easy to hate a whole group of people. Like, man, I hate the Greeks. I don't really hate the Greeks, especially since the president. Don't tell the president. But let's say I hate the Greeks, but then I meet a Greek person and we sit down and we eat and we talk and we get to know each other, and it's really difficult for me to hate an individual because I typically see in that person everything that I am. Do you agree? Anybody want to share a story with me, maybe a mission or something where it just totally changed their life when they traveled? Don't be shy. Yes, ma'am. Tess, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I met someone that lived in Eastern Germany, and she grew up, she loves Disney, and grew up hearing about Disney from her father, but only being able to watch the DDR Aardvark show that was supposed to be there in Mickey. And hearing her perspective of how when she was older and was finally able to see something that we think of as so mundane as watching Pocahontas, changed her life because she was opened up to this whole world of creativity that she didn't know existed.
East Germany? Yeah, they had a little problem. We're going to talk about communists here in a couple minutes here. So, yeah. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
So this past summer, I worked valet at home in Virginia Beach.
Okay.
And so we were moving cars through a lot, and this foreign guy pulls up his car and leaves with his keys, but it's a push to start, so you can't move it. And he clearly had no idea what was going on and stuff. But I had to help him out. We have cars running through there. There's a seafood restaurant that we have to valet also. And so and he apologized, gave me a big tip.
Hey, all's good, right?
And we went to dinner together later.
Ah. He didn't yell at him, and he appreciated it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Cool. Anybody else? All right. Well, again, one of my best friends went on a mission trip, and and he's a nice friend, but he was always kind of a whiner. And he came back, and it stopped instantly because he went down to a South American country where they had nothing. They lived in huts. And when he saw how people lived, but how happy they were because they had their health and they had their family, he's like, oh my God, I have so many blessings, and I complain the whole time. And now I go down and I see people who have nothing and how happy they are, it changes life. He still whines occasionally, but I remind him now about those people down there, so that shuts him up. Okay. So, yeah. The message here is all of you need to travel. Get out and see the world, because you cannot complete your education, in my opinion, until you've gone out and seen the world. It's the difference between watching it on TV or reading it in a book and actually living it. Okay? And it just so happens that we're very lucky and very fortunate because in the hospitality and tourism industry, we get to promote that. We manufacture happiness and world peace. And that's pretty cool. I'm proud of what I do. Okay, and, I could be selling arms or, some other job that's not as fulfilling. But being in the hospitality industry, certainly, yeah. Up one, down the other here, guys. All right, so everyone understand about Mark Twain? Okay. Now, you'll notice that I use the term hospitality and tourism. And many times people say, oh, is there a difference? What's the difference? What's what? And I have this illustration here to help explain hospitality and tourism. Okay? Now, when you think of hospitality and tourism, picture a tree. Okay? And tourism is the trunk of the tree. Okay? Tourism, other people use an umbrella, but I use the tree. Tourism is the trunk, and from that are branches that are all within the hospitality industry. Okay? So like resorts, and clubs, and casinos, lodging, and the lodging branches off into many different areas. Food service. These are all branches of tourism. Okay? Everyone see that? Now what are these things down below here? These are the roots. And roots are important to a tree. Why?
Water.
Stability, water, keep it alive, all of that. Well, these are the sciences, the arts and sciences that support tourism. And I get people all the time that say, I love hospitality and I want to run hotels, but why do I have to take biology? Or why do I have to take economics? Does that have anything to do with running a hotel?
Yeah.
Absolutely it does.
Yeah.
Food service, right? When you're cooking in the kitchen, what is that actually? It's this thing called chemistry. Right? When you cook in the kitchen, you're actually performing chemistry, right? Applying heat, mixing things, right? Biology, is that important in food service? Yeah, why?
Keep things like safe and clean.
Excellent. Yeah.